Something's been going on at Rivian for a little while, and we've been kind of drip-fed information. And by Friday, we knew it was something to do with the electric motor that they make. It was a specific single part for a single supplier. And we just got to the bottom of it. The single part is copper windings, and we can talk about what copper windings are. The single supplier, according to sources, is Essex Furukawa, and the backstory to how they ended up in this pickle is quite a backstory indeed.
So, all right, so how did they get here?
Okay, let's do this as simply as we can.
Okay.
Earlier this year, Rivian made a mistake. They did a boo-boo, and they miscalculated how much copper they would need for the electric motors that they made in-house. So it was an error. They phoned up their supplier, for want of a better explanation, Essex, and were like, this is how much we need. And they got it wrong. So Essex has other customers. They sell copper wire to all kinds of EV makers. And so they just got on with their business. They assign their machines that make the copper windings to other people. So when Rivian realized its mistake, it went back to Essex and was like, yeah, we got it wrong. We need lots more. Can you do that? And they were like, no, we can't. And so Rivian literally just learned the hard way that you can't do that. And now it's left unable to make its motors. And without its motors, it can't build its cars.
Copper windings, Ed. Are these found in all electric motors? Are we familiar with them if we've taken apart, like we had electric cars when we were kids, like remote control cars?
Exactly. The very serious part of this story is that it's the absolute crucial part of the electric motor. In simple terms, the copper windings go onto the rotor around the metal core of a motor. You run an electric current through it. It makes an electromechanical field, and that's what spins the motor. And if you were to tear a motor apart, you would be familiar with the image. You'd just basically see lots of copper wire wound round and round and round and round. Every EV has a motor in it that has that kind of copper. And so, you know, a lot of people asked me a lot of questions along the way, even after we broke the story, like, how could this possibly have happened? Because this is the absolute integral part of an EV motor that Rivian makes itself. And a part of it, of course, is the risk of only having one supplier in that domain.
Yes. So I guess it says to me, though, then, Ed, internally, the company has to make sure it gets it right? Like there are people who are in charge of figuring out, okay, what's our production demands, our needs, to make sure that there is no snags. And we know companies are lean and mean and just-in-time inventory. We talk about it all the time and so on and so forth. But if it's so crucial and there's only one place they can get it, they've got to get it right. So does this say something about Rivian's internal management of the company? And something
it absolutely
being amiss?
Does. You know, Rivian made a mistake, right? And they've been a really sexy company to read about, to cover. People are so interested, but they are a startup, right? Inexperienced. Most automakers would have several suppliers. But if you're only building a few cars a year, you don't need them. So they just had one, and they learned the hard way.